Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Why does ITZY's songs keep flopping?
Stand in 2019, then you should know just how big ITZY was. Like, those girls were everywhere, taking over everything left and right. But as time went on, they just started to diminish from the spotlight more and more. Let's have a discussion about why I think ITZY fell off. I recently became interested in this topic again after seeing this tweet with a whopping 121,000 likes, saying, "Their fall off needs to be studied," referencing ITZY. I used to be a huge ITZY fan. I was seated for every release. I vividly remember staying up to like 6 a.m. for Not Shy release. I used to be a real fan, but recently I don't tune into any of their releases. Not gonna lie, the only way I know they even release something is if they coincidentally show up on my For You page. And I promise I'm not a hater, I just don't vibe with their new music. So first I want to showcase just how big ITZY used to be in their prime. ITZY was the first girl group to debut in JYP, since twice in 2015. ITZY's debut track, Dala Dala, made an immediate impact, debuting at number 3 and later peaking at number 2 on the Billboard World Digital Song Sales chart. In its first week in the US, it sold 2,000 downloads, becoming the country's best-selling K-pop song at the time. The music video drew over 17.1 million views in its first 24 hours, setting a new record for the most viewed K-pop debut music video in a single day. Just 8 days after debut, ITZY earned their first music show trophy on M Countdown, breaking the record for the fastest girl group to achieve a music show win. Dala Dala ultimately secured 9 music show victories and became the fastest debut music video by a K-pop group to surpass 100 million views. On July 29th, ITZY dropped their first EP, It's ICY, led by the title track, ICY. ICY earned a whopping 12 music show wins, including a triple crown on Show Champion. Do you know how insane that is for a rookie group? Later that year, Dala Dala exceeded 100 million streams on the Gaon Music Chart, earning a platinum certification from the Korea Music Content Association, KMCA. It was the first debut track by a K-pop group to reach this milestone since the KMCA introduced streaming certifications in 2018. By the end of 2019, the group made history by achieving a Rookie Grand Slam, sweeping all 5 major Rookie of the Year honors. And this was all during their rookie era. But their true peak, in my opinion, was during Wannabe era. That song was truly everywhere, and everybody. And they Mama was trying to recreate Ryujin's iconic shoulder move. And let's not forget their insanely iconic studio tune performance. Within its first 24 hours, the music video garnered over 11 million views and over 1 million likes. And by 2023, it had surpassed 500 million views, becoming their most watched video on the platform. It secured 8 music show wins, including a triple crown on M Countdown and Inkigayo, and a double crown on Show Champion, and earned ITZY a Digital Bonsang at the 35th Golden Disc Awards. So it's safe to say the song is well liked, and it was a commercial success. So just to put it in perspective, Wannabe peaked at number 6 on the Circle Digital chart. Their recent song Gold, from 2024, peaked at number 122. It's very clear that the hype around ITZY is not the same as it used to be, and while they consistently have good album sales, their singles don't do well on streaming platforms or on the charts. People just aren't tuning in. So now let's dive into why I think ITZY fell off. ITZY has way more competition now. When ITZY first debuted in 2019, they were one of, if not the first, girl group to introduce 4th gen. At least one of the first from a big 3 company. And as more girl groups started to debut, the sound that was trendy amongst girl groups started to shift. We went from high energy, girl crush songs and concepts to youthful and relatable concepts with dreamy, minimal, addictive beats. And as the trends started to shift, ITZY never got with the times. And I'm not saying that you have to do whatever is trending to stay relevant, but because ITZY's music is still stuck in 2019, they haven't been catching the general public's interest that much. Take a group like aespa, for example. aespa has built a very recognizable sound identity, but they also experiment within that lane. I wouldn't say aespa's music follows trends, but they're still able to not only have good album sales, but chart really well and have extremely good streaming numbers on various platforms with their singles. They have a
This is interesting, cause I feel like okay, ITZY's music is pretty good. If you react to like their new releases, it's not bad at all.
they just can't copyright it.
Yeah, but to me though, I wasn't there when they debuted. So to me, ITZY was never like that group. So I wouldn't consider them fall off because how I know ITZY, it's always been like the same group that they've been. So like their music is good, but they don't really do numbers. They're not that popular.
We haven't
But
seen them in the popularity.
yeah,
Right?
we weren't here. But now learning this history, it seemed like they were the basically like the
So I was
baby
what
monster of the
happened? Like,
time.
what happened?
Yeah, so I think the question is valid as to why they fell off. Because when I first saw the title, I was like, I don't feel like they really fell off, you know, because I feel like they were never up. But seems like they were up. They were like really that group. So that's interesting to see. Because yeah, they're not really doing nothing right now. Like their music is not bad, but they're not doing no numbers. Uh, I don't know why. I can't answer that question. I have no idea why.
signature sound that they stick to, but their title tracks don't get boring to the point where you already know what sound.
What would you say? Because we saw different.
I don't think they
vibes.
have one.
I don't know.
I think they're all. But I don't think Espa has a style either. I think this person is
think
just
they do.
idolized. No, look at Espa's B side. Their B side was giving like Ives, like the pink hoodie. It's like all. I don't know if you can say like Espa has a style. I don't.
I feel like they more have an identity than ITZY though.
Fair, more of an identity. Okay, I'll agree to that.
The song is going to have before it's even out. For ITZY, it's obvious they have a loyal fan base. Almost every K-pop group does. That's why they're able to consistently have good album sales. But when it's only the same people tuning in every comeback, you can't expect much growth or hype. And let's be real, K-pop is an industry that thrives off of trends. These K-pop companies see whatever is trendy on TikTok or here in the West, and they repackage it for their artists. There's barely any originality in the K-pop industry. And like I said, ITZY's music hasn't really grown since 2021. And to be clear, I'm talking about their title tracks, aka their singles. I have not tuned into their B-sides because none of their title tracks have caught my attention lately. With every comeback, their title tracks have the same sound. Those loud, high energy, fearless, dance-driven anthems about self-confidence and individuality. Sure, their album concepts might differ. Guess Who era had more of a dark concept, while Checkmate was more bright and cute, but the sound is the same. And to be clear, I'm not saying all of their title tracks sound the same to the point where you can't differentiate them from one another, but it's hard to get hype for an ITZY comeback when you already know what to expect. I know a lot of people say that Sneakers was the start of their downfall, but the song itself isn't bad. I personally like the song, but I don't listen to it a lot. I do think that 2022 was the beginning of their downfall only because, like I said, people got tired of that specific sound. And I vividly remember back in 2022 when everyone was crashing out when Sneakers released. It was so funny. When we got the first teaser pics, everyone was so excited because we thought we were gonna get a totally new sound from ITZY. Like everyone was gagging when these dropped. But then, the second round of teaser pics dropped, and all the hype just left. Because the teaser pics are so different from each other, it almost felt like we were being pranked. Then the song released, and it wasn't anything special, just another ITZY title track. And I remember everyone just being so disappointed. It was low-key kind of sad. Like it was so bad for us. Someone even made a whole thread trying to predict why Sneakers wasn't the title track. First, a very iconic K-pop meme. But as more girl groups debuted, ITZY kind of just got forgotten.
To be fair, that's not the only time that's the case for them. The one they dropped in the fall, last fall, like almost a year ago. There was a title track that was really mid. I didn't like the title track, but then we went to listen to B-sides, and one of the B-sides was really good. I don't remember the name of the title track right now, but that was the case where we felt like, okay, that B-side should have been the title track. So it seems that might be a pattern of it.
And with each comeback, they fail more and more to capture the general public's interest. But I don't think all hope is lost. ITZY does have a very loyal fan base. And while I don't consider myself a midzy, I do like ITZY and genuinely wish them the best. In my opinion, if they wanted to capture everyone's interest again, they should release a single that's entirely different from any of their other title tracks. Doesn't matter if they have the best B-sides in K-pop, because let's be real, no one is tuning into the B-sides if the title track is uninteresting. Or if it's a promoted B-side. But still, you get me. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to JYP and what that company wants to do. If you made it this far in the video, stream Wannabe and subscribe.
So her argument is because they have not evolved the sound.
They haven't given anything different.
And they don't have like an identity. And I guess
That means when they drop something new, I'm gonna keep an eye to see, okay, what is it giving?
I guess I don't really have like, I can't agree or disagree. As I said, I'm not like too familiar with ITZY, so I don't know. Like to me, they never stood out. Like I know them, I know a couple of their songs. Cake, 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 cake. Wanna be me, me, me. They have some catchy songs. But as a group, they don't stand out from a pack. Aespa does stand out. Les Seraphim does stand out. ITZY doesn't really stand out to me.
Hey, what's their look? What's their signature?
But apparently they did stand out. But maybe the problem is that they stand out when there was no competition, because there's no competition. Competition drops and they really don't stand out with the competition. So maybe they're flopping and their downfall is because the competition is just better.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. Soy, share as much kindness as possible.